Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for the Summer 2022. There's a lot of 20s in there. Award show. We got lots to do, lots of awards to be given out. MVPs, All-Stars, as well as recognizing our champions who ended up winning the whole damn thing across our 7 leagues, across 7 streams during the week. I'm excited. My name is Gurf, and I'm joined by the lovely Cam. Cam, how you doing this fine Sunday evening?
Hi, I just got done with the best of 5. I'm ready to get some awards handed out, awarded, some may even say here tonight for our 7 leagues. 7 leagues. That's a lot of leagues, Gurf. That's a lot of awards.
He's telling me. Yeah, it's a lot of players, a lot of teams, and again, every split, because you were here last split for the award show as well too.
Yes, I am returning member.
There's more teams, there's more people, and it just keeps growing and growing. So it is always fun seeing that competition ramp up, the hype ramp up, the banter channel just constantly being lit up. That is the funnest part of getting to see this go. But
you may have seen me in there.
yeah, maybe a couple times, maybe a few select members were more active than others, but that's what makes it spicy. That's why we like esports so much. But as you saw coming into this, we have a little bit of an agenda for tonight's events. We are going to start with the Valorant leagues, VRS Valorant as well as VLS Valorant. Taking a quick break after that, and then jumping into the draft leagues, VAD followed by VRD, which Cam, you'll know very, very well later on this evening. After that, quick little break again, just a little 5-minute break, stretch your legs, get some water hydrated. It's extremely hot out here tonight. And then we finish off with the final 3, all our pre-made leagues, VAS, VRS, and VTS, all the League of Legends. So we are about ready to go. Cam, any thoughts? How did you feel about this split, these players that you got to see showing off on the Rift and sometimes over on Valorant if you were tuning in over there?
Yeah, it definitely was. I guess just a quick introduction of me maybe as well here. I was the main producer on the VAS streams. That was the gold pre-made League of Legends stream, and I also did some casting and some hosting whenever they let me, pretty much. And then I was an actual player in the VRD, which was the Plat Diamond Draft League. So I did play there. I also played in VAD when they let me do that as well. So that's kind of been my area of where I've hung out. I did like 1 week of VAD and then I outranked it. So that's unlucky.
You know what's it's got to go. You're just too good, Cam. What can I say?
I'm sorry.
But it was crazy, right? 3 LoL leagues pre-made coming in with your teams looking strong. Same goes for our 2 extra Val leagues. And honestly, we got to see, I think, a return of a lot of strong veterans this split too. A lot of names you're going to see pop up. You might go to the Hall of Champions later tonight, or you might go to the MVPs All-Stars later on this split and be like, am I looking at doubles here? Maybe? But there were also quite a few upsets, a few newcomers that came in, made their mark, and they're going to have their names hanging up in the Hall of Champions, MVP All-Stars for eternity or until the end of Discord, whatever comes first. So I think with that all out of the way, with all that business out of the way, we do in fact have our first league ready to go. This is going to be for VRS Valorant. Had a bunch of fun with this. I definitely tuned in a few times because we had, again, a few teams coming back.
Valorant is so fun to watch.
Oh my god, it has been amazing. And honestly, we had the voices of Demented Loki. Soren was on there. The lovely Wumby as well. Jojo joined us for a while. Juggle God was on there. Our lovely host Temporal. And then, MB, Mr. Fantastic, behind the scenes, our lovely producer. Yes. They were incredible. They brought you guys lots of action, but it was crazy seeing these returning teams that did so well in the previous split, and then a bit of a change when we actually got the playoffs. So why don't we actually get into this, hop to our awards over in the next scene.
Oh no,
don't worry, I'm not gonna start. We're not gonna, and this is essentially gonna be the order here. We're gonna start with our champs, we're gonna go to our MVPs, and then we're gonna show off our All-Stars. Quick disclaimer though, before we get going any further into this night, there is a bit of a weather warning in the area for me, so if the stream does happen to disappear, will continue tomorrow night. I'll be back, but
I'll post all of the All-Stars in general chat in Victorious if that happens.
one text file, skim through it, figure it out.
I'll just post a screenshot of the whole thing. Yeah, we'll get this over real quick for sure.
That'd be the quickest award show ever, honestly. Boom, there you go. No, we gotta make it special. We gotta hype it up.
I would never do that. I would never do that to Griff. I would never do that to a player. No. I completely forgot how we announce these, by the way. So, what do I say?
We read some names. We say the team.
Okay.
And if we know some of the players, we can chat a little bit more about them.
I always manage to leak things. I try very hard not to leak things. What can I do to not leak things, basically?
You look at my screen. See the screen? Look at the screen. Good?
I'm looking.
Fantastic.
This is my screen.
All right. Well, we got a second stream coming up, so Cam, hold your breath.
I'm gonna get lost real quick here.
Let's get going. VRS Valorant Awards starting now. First off,
yay!
Our champions from this summer split, Staring at Walls. Coming down from the VLS last winter split, not having the best of times there. They came into VRS, and I would say had a reasonably good season, 7-3 overall. But it was in playoffs where our Staring at Walls really made their mark. They went 9-3. They took down some massive teams like ACT, like I think V3 went down as well too. It was insane to see this team just light it up. So congratulations, first of all, to Staring at Walls for winning it all. I'm a Wombat, Unit, Dingbop, Akilo, and Zachary, along with their substitutes Swix and Randy. Congratulations, guys. You did absolutely amazing, and led by their managers, Scoba and Coach Scoba. Look at that. Look at that. But
nice.
This was great to watch. These guys were fantastic. And I'm really happy for SAW that they were able to make their mark here in the VRS Valorant League. So, without any further ado, we are ready to go with our MVPs. Chat, if you are ready, if we are all ready. Question is Gurf ready with the transition button? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. For our split MVP, it is Axrid, again coming in, a massive player this split. And last, that's what I was talking about, some of those names you're going to see potentially as a repeat, because Axrid was huge throughout the regular split. But like I said, in playoffs, that was SAW's time to step on up, and that's why playoffs MVP is going to be Unit, and the finals MVP, they're stepping up massively in that final stream, final game, Akilo. So congratulations to our VRS Valorant MVPs.
Congratulations to your VRS MVPs. Now we get to see our All-Stars?
That is correct. We got our All-Stars coming up next. So yeah, we got this. Look, see, it's so easy. It's so easy.
I got it. I've done this before, for sure.
So, All-Stars for the VRS Valorant League. We got Philosophical from V3. We got Axrid from, well, ACT. Obama Fortnite 69 from PGR, Hado also from ACT Gaming, and Greed Quacks from UST. So congratulations to all our All-Stars. Again, a few names we may see from last split, but Obama, yeah, I know, I see it in chat already too. Couple new ones on here. I think anytime I tune into the VRS channel, PGR was on there a few times. I was hearing that name, Obama Fortnite, over and over and over again. In his chamber, I swear to God, has got to be one of the most amazing chambers I've seen. Can snipe somebody, no matter what map you put him on. Amazing player, but so are the rest of these people and names you see up on your screen right now.
I mean, I see one of them with the name Quacks in them. I mean, that's why they're here in All-Stars, right? It's because they have Quacks and I'm here. Like, I'm fully supporting of the Quacks. Thank you very much. And also, apparently my mid laner, Sloth, has turned into Philosophical and is a really smart Valorant player. So, you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, Philosophical actually was in last winter split as well. They made a pretty good run into playoffs, but she's, oh my God, she is insanely cracked at this game. I love watching Philosophical play. She's definitely made a mark with V3. I'm hoping to see all these players back in some form, but yeah, definitely a huge couple of names up there to see. Whew.
Now we have, wait, this is VRS. Now we have VLS, right?
That is correct. We do have the VLS coming up next. Just gonna confirm, you know, don't want to spoil anything here.
No, no. I would never. I did not leak anything for sure.
No. You know what? It might be you through. I think it was last split from you talking or me accidentally clicking the button too fast. It was like, oh no, oopsie poopsie. But we're gonna do our best this time around. But that was amazing. Speaking of amazing, as we move into our VLS Valorant Awards, recognizing this next champion of the Summer 22 split, I gotta say, one of the most incredible, amazing Valorant teams I have seen to date. Even referring back to last winter split of the Victorum run, this has got to be a team I would say could go toe-to-toe and even more than that. So, without further ado, announcing and showing off and congratulating our VLS Summer 22 champions, it's Akuma Esports. Cam, I think the record speaks enough for their own. Look at that.
I mean, I heard the tales. I heard the scary, spooky ghost stories of trying to verse against Akuma Esports, even in the League of Legends world. It's like, this team is just apparently very well known for just absolutely demolishing people, and that is a record that, you know what, I would agree. You didn't drop a single game? I'm sorry, what?
That is the perfect split. That is the perfect split. You can't get better than that. You cannot get better than a perfect split. And just the way these guys played as a team, as well as individually, there is no topping that. You look back at their playoff record, no losses, not a single map dropped. You go over to the actual standings in the main season, I don't believe they dropped a map there either. This is insane. I've never ever seen a team like that. Even on Victorium from last split, they dropped a map in their last week to the second place team, and they still end up winning. But Akuma lost nothing. This is the most winningest team we have ever had in the VLS. So know these names, remember these names. Go look at VCT one day when these guys start popping up, because I would not be too surprised to see the likes of Akuma Degrees, Akuma Ahira, Akuma Franks, Akuma Demo, and Akuma Shattered, 619, Booyaka, as well as their subs, Pumpkin, Codeine, Taz, Romy 9, and Pumpkin again, question mark. But their manager, Lan, I love these names, by the way, and Coach Cookie Woo took them all the way. Absolutely fantastic. They were absolutely amazing the entire split. Congratulations, Akuma, on the best run I have seen.
I mean, yeah, right? Like, if you don't drop a map, you gotta be doing something right. So there's only one step up from here, and go. What? This was uncapped, right? So you can't even get to a higher league than this. Go play in professional. I don't know. You can go win it all now. Yeah,
this is the highest Valorant that we have to offer as well, too.
Yeah.
So this is these players are cracked. If you ever did happen to tune into these players and want to see some hype Valorant, this was the team to watch. It was just insane how well, like, I don't even know how you get this good at Valorant, but they were, and it was amazing to watch. Super hype. If this team ends up coming back, I would love to see them defend their title this fall split again. But yeah, they're gonna have the targets on their back if they do end up coming back. So fingers crossed. Love to see these players again. But Cam, you mentioned you can't go any higher than this. Yes, you can, because
oh, you can, I know.
You base this record on their play. There's clearly some amazing playing and gaming going on behind the scenes to make this actually go on. So let's bring up the VLS MVPs from the summer 2022. Surprise, surprise, not very much. Split MVP going to Akuma Degrees. Playoffs MVP to Akuma Demo. And Finals MVP also over to Akuma Demo. Not that surprised. These guys played out of their minds, and they deserve these awards.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's hard to give an MVP to someone who didn't drop a single game. I mean, right. You can't deserve it any more than that. Demo absolutely getting both the playoffs and the finals. I mean, if you don't drop a game in playoffs, then there you go. Demo absolutely super well deserved, and Degrees as well, winning the overall split, playing a little bit better in, I guess, the regular season as well, and then Demo getting the playoff buff.
Yeah, Demo's, I think, just that slightly edge better in playoffs. I wouldn't say anyone played worse because you can't play bad if you're an Akuma player. Degrees is just super solid, super consistent all the way through. But it was those few key moments, I think, in playoffs that just kind of, just a slight little edge. But Degrees is still, I think, one of the most cracked players out there. I would imagine his DMs are just full of requests to join teams. This guy's insane. So is Demo. But incredible players. They did amazing. Congratulations to our VLS MVP. So, Cam.
But now, no. It's the even more coveted first team All-Stars, right?
Hey now. You are an... Oh, no, I'm not going to go there. Just a quick thing, because, yeah, we do.
Hey, you said I'm the one going to leak things. Hold on.
I was more going for the hit Smash song by Smash Mouth, but we're DMC'd.
I didn't say it. You said it.
So, All-Stars coming up for VLS. Let's get them going right here, right now. Across the board here, we've got Akuma Frax. We got HCE Nyx. We got Akuma Demo back up there again. ODG Lokes. And all the way there at the end. Not too surprised to see Degrees' name back up once again. We've talked a lot about these Akuma players. We're gushing about them. I mean, there's not much more to say. You guys are cracked. You guys are amazing. You guys are beautiful, wonderful people. But over on this side, for the likes of the Humber Esports College, Nyx played, I would say, pretty damn good in the regular season. Unfortunately, Humber College could not make it past first round of playoffs, but they had a good run for sure. ODG making it all the way to semifinals. Lokes definitely a massive member of that team, which makes these all of our All-Stars. So congratulations to everybody whose name is up here right now for our VLS All-Stars.
Yeah, super big congratulations there. I mean, for Lokes and Nyx specifically, right? Like, being able to take out more Akuma members from this All-Star lineup, like, that's gotta be pretty hard to do as an individual player. So just the individual skill on these two players just has to be absolutely insane. I mean, start picking them up for some other rosters. Maybe just, make semifinals or finals, respectively, for Nyx or Lokes to get a little bit better every time,
Yeah, and that's those small improvements you get to see, because at that level, there is only really very micro things that you can just keep on improving on. It's not a discouraging thing, but these guys are just so damn good that what else is there to improve at that point? So that will in fact wrap up our Valorant All-Stars MVPs from both VRS and VLS. So we're gonna come on back to the desk now. Woo! I clicked the button.
Hello?
Okay, there it is. Yeah, I clicked it.
Welcome back.
So we're gonna take a quick little break before we come on back and get ready to go with our draft leagues. Yes. So VAD, VRD are on the docket next. I'm very excited about these ones because both Cam and myself were, I would say, very heavily involved in both these two leagues. So we're gonna take a few seconds here off Cam to de-steam here because I am.
No, don't want to be on me. No.
You know what I meant. All right, folks. We'll be back. More awards to be handed out. 5 more leagues to go. All League of Legends coming up next. If you missed those first few Valorant awards, don't worry. VOD will be available on Twitch after we're done here tonight, as
and they'll
well
be on the Discord,
YouTube.
right?
In a screenshot. No. It'll be on YouTube as well too. So keep an eye out for that. But break time. We're gonna see you guys real soon for some League of Legends. buttons pressed. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the summer 2022. Got it that time. You can't get me years. Award show. My name's Gurf, joined by Camcom. We just went through our Valorant leagues, VRS Val as well as VLS Val. And now we are moving on to the League of Legends. I would say, Cam, a little bit more familiar with the league.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I have in fact played the game.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I could say I have played Valorant. Do not put me on your team. I'm a liability. I am a danger to everybody around me in the area. But we won't discuss too much on that. League awards coming up next, and we're starting with the draft league. Some of our most historic leagues here at Victorious. Predates when Victorious was even a thing, before Legends. Back when we were at LAS, the draft league was how we started this thing out.
Ooh.
And I'm very excited to go through these VAD awards once again. It's so fun seeing all the returning veterans, all the new people that come in for their first time. This is usually a first stepping stone for many people who do come in to our organization. So super fun to see that. Let's see if we got any big names on here. But Cam, before we go over, you had some involvement there with the VAD. How do we think?
I did.
How do we feel about how it shook out?
I did. I There was never a quiet day in the VAD. It was a very exciting league to be a part of. If you were a part of it, there was no quiet. It was like just constant. We're all somehow they talked more than VAS. I didn't even think that was possible, but VAD actually beat VAS. I think in the terms of how much they talked. I personally subbed in for the Lions team. I believe they fell out in quarterfinals, but I only subbed in for them in the regular season. I was their jungler, but that was that. I didn't cast them. Unfortunately, I did only play, but the Lions, a good team.
Lions were a good team. That was also fun having Becky Rita, who was the host last split for VAD, to actually be involved in the league as well too. But casting, come on. If you're from VAD or if you joined in any of the Monday streams, hi, how's it going? I got to be there for the cast. Along with the lovely Becky Bear and Arlent, our lovely Magical Cow was there for a good chunk too as our producer, and I stepped on in to do a little bit of production. But it was a fun crew. I had a ton of fun getting to cast games, always do, and it was my first after a little hiatus coming back from casting. I had some dental issues going on. But when I came back, I had so much fun casting these guys, seeing these games, seeing all the crazy stuff they whip.
They were chaotic games.
They are so chaotic, but that's what makes them so much fun, especially as play-by-play, popping off all the time. That's what I love. That's what I absolutely love. But it was great. We had a great crew, and I'm super duper happy to be announcing, first of all, our champions, who
Yay!
I would say surprising, but not surprising, because this was a good team, but they were definitely not the favorites coming in to the finals. So the fact that they stepped up, we see returning champions, returning finalists coming through, securing either a double win or their very first championships, makes it just so chef's kiss. Without any further ado, let's give some recognition to our summer 2022 champions, the Hornets, having, I would say, a pretty damn good season, Cam.
Pretty good damn season, absolutely. You got Baneshk up there in the top lane. Give me a cup twice for your jungler. Webb as your mid laner. Gigglequiff as your AD carry, of course. And Outro down there in the support, dropping only one series, or one game, one series. I would assume that's one game, actually. One game in playoffs and 4 games in the regular season. That is dropping only 5 games over somewhere around, 30 games? That's pretty good.
Yeah, these guys play a lot of games because these draft leagues are a best of 1 format throughout the regular season. It's a lot of games, it's a lot of variations, and a lot of different players and teams you are going up against. So to stay so consistent and so damn strong across the board, pretty damn impressive. Only dropping 4 throughout the regular season, but the only game they actually did lose in playoffs was that one in grand finals, where they went 3-1 against the Astronauts. So that was it. They had a clean run. They took down the Bandits. They took down the Hornets 2-0, 3-0 respectively. And then as I was casting finals, like, okay, Hornets are on it today. They are looking strong, and they end up closing it out in 4 games. So congratulations to the Hornets, all these players, as well as Coach Intensify coming on near the end. And I would say the drafts looked pretty damn good around that point. Had a lot of great answers to deal with the Astronauts, which is awesome. Awesome having coaches bringing their big brains in like that to help these teams out.
I believe as well, I'm pretty sure Hornets is one of the 3 teams that I actually got to play against in the regular season. I don't remember if we beat them or didn't, but I remember their bot lane in particular being pretty strong and hard to deal with. There was a lot of roams, there was a lot of just overall map control that they had, and then Banesh up there in the top lane, he just didn't die. You give him weak side, you give him strong side, this man's not dying. He's having a really good time just generally on tanks in the top lane. So also beating... You said Astronauts, right? Like, Astronauts were by far, like, you put it very lightly. Astronauts were the favorites going into finals.
Oh, yeah.
Hornets come out 3-1. Like, not even 3-2. Like, that was a dominant performance there from the Hornets in the finals. Very, very impressive from them on the day of that day.
Oh, yeah. Like, you know, we mentioned the Astronauts, 18-3 regular season. They also had a clean run to grand finals, but Hornets were just on it. They were the better team that day. And they are definitely deserving of the win. So, with that being said, Gigglequeef secures their 2nd championship. You're going to see their name in there twice.
Okay.
I believe it's all the way back of winter 2021, I want to say, that they won on the Gators. But for Altro and Webb, they were in grand finals last summer of 2021 against the Outlaws. Well, guess what? They got yeehawed on last time. This time they came around, did the yeehawing. And, yeah, they had a fantastic time there. So congratulations as well. Cup and Benishk, another couple names we've seen around here in the Victorious League for quite some time. So I'm very happy to see these lads picking up some wins here, picking up a champion, and get their names hung up in the Hall of Champions for, again, all of eternity until Discord disappears. But huge shout out to this team. You guys played amazing. Congratulations.
Big congratulations to the Hornets as now... we get to move on to the MVPs, right?
We do. We got the MVPs ready to go. And, of course, we're going to see we get a couple extra for the draft. We've got our most improved and rookie of the split included in these 2 leagues as well. And, again, these are player voted. So these votes are coming in from the players, people in the community, people that got to play against these other players. So...
yes.
It is awesome to see that that most people are on the same page about these kind of things, but definitely I would agree with these next few names we are about to see coming on up here in just a few moments. So, just going to get that queued up, ready to go. And if we're ready.
I'm ready.
VAD.
I don't know what they are, Gerfo. Who are they?
Who are they? Well, why don't we go ahead and bring them on up? VAD MVPs. Let her rip, Cam.
Let's go. All right. Arenji as your most improved player. Darwin Theory, again, as your rookie of the split. Nelly G for your split MVP. And then Gigglequeef and Banesh coming at you back from the Hornets for your playoffs. And, of course, as your finals MVP.
I agree with some of these names. I might have a question on Arenji, but I can see where it comes from.
Whoa.
Not so much as I don't think he doesn't deserve it. I think... coming into the split, we know, knowing Arenji as a massive top laner, he's been around. He's won a champion. We won championships together. He was my top laner. He's an amazing player. But switching to the jungle and coming in, I had high expectations for the Nocturnals, and it didn't quite meet that mark. So I think as the split went on, Arenji's jungling skills definitely amped on up and kept on improving. So very nice to see that there was that recognition for Arenji on out there. But rookie of the split, Cam, Darwin.
Yes, and the funny part about Darwin here is Darwin is the player that I was subbing in for. He is the jungler for the Lions. So, rookie of the split, you qualify for rookie of the split if this is your first split here on the VAD. So, Darwin, first split here, winning rookie of the split. Super nicely done. I can speak very, very personally with this one specifically because Darwin did all the drafts, all of the shot calling. I didn't realize the role that I was filling on the Lions until after game 1 that they were like, so Darwin is our shot caller and our drafter and our scouter and our planner and our scrimmer. And I was like, oh, okay. So Darwin literally does it all. This man's cracked.
Yeah. Darwin's a phenomenal player. We've seen him in the mid lane back in the Unicorns. I want to say again, winter 2021, while ago. But Darwin's always been a solid player, taking a chance in the jungle and making it work, I would say, more than well. But the next name we have here, this is where I was talking about. We're going to see a few copy overs, I think, from last split. If we were to get a fact check on this super quick, melyG back in the split MVP role, Cam.
Am I supposed to fact check this? melyG, one of my duo partners here from the times when I was gold. We duoed bot lane. melyG, my AD carry, me playing support. We had some good times, had some good laughs. melyG on the Astronauts team, of course, obviously making finals as well. So split MVP, very much deserved.
Yeah, and I have confirmed it. melyG did win finals MVP on the Hammerheads last year, so last split.
Oh, okay.
So very close, but again, throughout the regular split, an absolutely rock in the top lane, and that's not a Malphite joke because he actually doesn't really play Malphite that often. The big bruisers, the big trades, the crazy stuff like Zeri top was brought out and worked just so damn well. melyG having a lot of confidence up there in the top lane, considering he came from an ADC main role. So really well done, melyG. But playoffs and finals, I think definitely highlighted why the Hornets were so damn strong, especially these two, Cam.
Yes, the AD carry and the top laner here for playoffs and finals. I said it before, like, these were the two people that I was probably most scared of going against the Hornets specifically was AD carry and top, Giggle and Banesh. You cannot let Giggle get ahead, and if you do, Banesh, again, he just doesn't die top lane. He is, like you said, the rock for the team.
Yeah, another rock. He's another rock. That's what I was most excited for finals. I'm like, we get to see melyG go against Banesh. And, oh, man, so much fun. So much fun seeing those two duking it out in the top lane. But Banesh, super solid up there. Giggle, talked about him a bunch of times. I'm going to talk about him a little bit more because Giggle, again, is one of the most passionate players I see out here. Gets into the game, is super hyper-focused, and for a role that needs it. You can see in the way he plays as a micro ADC. The trades, the farming, just the actual positioning, like Giggle is just on point with it when he is in the mode, and whenever he's in the game of League, he's in that mode. So Giggle, incredible captain, incredible ADC, and back again in the Hall of Champions for a second time. Congratulations to all our MVPs.
Yes, and now we move on to third team All-Star, right?
We move on to technically all the All-Stars. They're all in one.
Okay.
All packed in one little lovely graphic that I was,
I don't know how that was gonna work. We got 3 teams of All-Stars here for all of the League of Legends leagues here. So I'm gonna see what the graphic looks like here. I have no idea.
Like last one. Let's flip it on over. VAD All-Stars from this summer. Let it rip.
Oh, I remember it now.
There we go. Yeah.
All right, so your first team All-Stars up there in the top lane once again from the Astronauts is melyG. Lindblum joining you from the Astronauts as your first team jungler. Webb coming in from the Hornets here as your mid laner. And then, of course, Giggle and Outro once again from Hornets as the bot lane.
Yeah, incredible across the board. Lindblum and Webb, we did talk about Webb a little bit on the Champions side there. I like his Azir. I really like seeing his Azir coming out. It's super fun to watch. Really good with the trades. I think sometimes a lot of teams do recognize that and do end up looking for Webb in the mid lane, but can hold his own. I would say confident going toe-to-toe with other mid laners, and definitely showed that off this split. Lindblum, though, Cam, caught me a bit off guard of how much involvement and how much work they were putting into their team to make sure the Astronauts were just always doing something on the map.
Yeah, and I think as well, Lindblum was doing a whole lot of scouting as well, right? Like, he was doing the preparation, and that is not a light job to have, is scouting before. Like, there's a lot of memes around, oh, scouting is easy, right? It's not playing the game, you're just looking at op.gg's. No. Lindblum took this to a whole nother level, right? So it's just, you watch the VODs, you watch the stream VODs, you can watch whatever VODs you can see on Raffles, right? It's like, he really took it to the next level.
We're gonna talk about the the main scout, the head scout. And as we get into our second all-star team, we'll get there in a sec. I'll mention it when we do get there. But also, some, I would say, pretty damn good players we're going to see in our second and our third all-star team. Go ahead, Cam.
Okay, your second all-star team here in the VAD. You got Napquan coming in from the Nocturnals. Give me a cup twice. Also as your jungler from the Hornets. Defaw as your Astronauts mid laner. And then Nickel coming in from the Gators. And Gale as from your Astronauts.
Again, huge names up on the board. Napquan is another massive top laner. Massive top laner we've gotten to see time and time and again. Scary Mordekaiser up there. Generally on those big beefy champs, and you don't want to mess with them. You go up there, you're gonna find yourself with a gray screen very quickly. Cup, again, another. When I like to talk about these junglers, a lot of what makes a jungler shine for me is being a facilitator for your team, making sure stuff is getting done, making sure your team is set up for success. And with this Hornet squad, a lot of the time Giggle and Ultra were down there saying, hey, we are A-okay. Go ahead and figure out what you got to do on this map. But when they did go bot, it was huge. Otherwise, it was always focused on objectives, always looking for ganks, invades in the enemy jungle. Cup was on point, which was amazing to see. Coming up to our next mid laner, Cam. This is a major scout right here. This is the top dog right here, Mr. Defoe. Again, a second split with another amazing team putting together as well. First split for the Astronauts. Do want to point that out. Crazy good logo made by Defoe himself. Again, a lot of the work done for the scouting, for looking on teams, doing the research for the draft even before getting into this league or starting up this league. Defoe is on point with what his team needs to know and delivers that information to each and every one of his players. Amazing player, amazing captain, and a great person to have in the Victorious community. Super happy to see that name up there.
I accidentally gave him the new name of DeFox on the the draw show when we were picking the teams. You had me on the draw show and I called him DeFox. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
We're sorry, Defoe. We love you.
I can't be trusted with names. You give me a lot of trust here.
That's fine. You know what? We'll keep on going along with our second all-star team. We have Nickel up there, who did a bit of a name change. You're going to see the same person maybe pop up somewhere later tonight. I don't know. Yeah, slight spoiler. Now I realize I came over. Nickel is actually I've earned this win. So that kind of confused me, kind of threw me off about. I'm like, who is this person?
Man, you're just leaking all sorts of things tonight, Gerb.
It's content, Cam. It's all about the content. But I've earned this win. Another, I would say, pretty solid ADC, picking up that second all-star spot. And then you've got Gale, the support from the Astronauts, coming in. Again, looking great down there in the bot lane. A lot of enchanters, which definitely held a very special place in my heart, Cam, I think for you as well, too, as us being two support mains who play a lot of enchanters.
I do play a lot of enchanters. I'm very glad that enchanters are the meta right now. I'm so happy it does not engage anymore. Please, let's just stay enchanter meta forever. I very much appreciate this.
Season 7, Ardent Censer. I don't even need to say
I didn't play Season 7.
Oh my god, Cam. You missed out. That was the best. That was the first split I hit gold. The first season I hit gold, surprisingly. I wonder how that happened.
Alright, 13 monsters now, right?
Yes.
Alright, I got you. From the Lions in the top lane, you got African Rhino. From the Phantoms as your jungler, it's Eyesight. In the mid lane, of course, from Nocturnals, it is once again Orenji. From the Scorpions, you have Melee Vayne. And in Nocturnals, once again in the support for Bebots.
Bebops. We love Bebops. Honestly, looking across, African Rhino coming back. I believe they were on Rhino's last split or split before that. So nice to see that name is still keeping up there, still looking good. Eyesight was pretty damn good in the jungle. Was honestly starting off. I know there's the back. I think it was last split. It was Toad's team. They took Phantoms into VRD. They broke the curse. So Phantoms ended up back here in VAD. I was like, oh, are we going to have Phantoms curse again? No. Eyesight looking hella good this split. And this reminds me, Cam, Orenji was in the jungle then came down to mid lane. I do now remember that. Sorry, RNG, love you, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, Melee Vayne on the Scorpions. You know what? I'm very happy. We get some recognition here for Melee Vayne. Because Scorpions, I think overall didn't have the best of splits. Melee Vayne definitely still stood out as one of those top tier ADCs, so definitely someone to watch out for if they're hopefully coming back for next split as we do our draft for this fall. Congratulations to Melee Vayne, and of course, last but not least, the lovely Beatpots. I love this guy. Beatpots is an amazing human being. Alistar, a god out on the Rift, and he does play more than Alistar, but his Alistar is pretty damn good, roaming all over the map, and that's what you love to see sometimes.
I mean, I know Beatpots is a Smurf team captain, so that's all I need to know about this team. RNG, I'm just looking at RNG's name. I don't think it has enough eyes. I think you need about, I don't know, 10 more minimum eyes
I think
on
it's
that
4.
one?
I think it's 4 on the dot.
Oh, well, yeah. I think it needs a minimum of 10, so...
RNG?
RNG?
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. Perfect.
But with that does officially wrap up our VAD Summer 2022 awards. All our MVPs, all our All-Stars. You can watch it back on the VOD or on YouTube later on this evening. Whew, that was a good one. I like VAD a lot. This league, before we move on to the next, I gotta gush a little bit. I gotta gush a little bit. VAD holds a very special place in my heart. Like I said, it was one of the first. That was my introduction to, sort of introduction to the world of esports and casting. So, yeah, for it to still be running, for it to be still so, I guess, have so much enthusiasm involved around it, so much action and banter. And like you said, these VAD players like to talk a lot. It's exciting. It makes for some great banter.
Oh my god, Griff, I'm so excited for VRD. You just said so.
Yeah, yes you are. So, why don't we go ahead, get this queued up, because with VAD being out of the way, that is our Monday League of Legends League also out of the way, which brings us to Tuesday, yeah?
Yeah.
VRD, the Victorious Rival Draft League. This is our Platinum Diamond Draft League, same format, but
oh god,
we got some bangers here. So why don't we go ahead, bring up our champs from the past split.
Yes.
Looking strong again. Let's see it, Cam.
Remind me who beat me in finals here real quick. Yes, the Guardians. I forgot all about them, of course, yes. Usain as your top laner, Stunna in the jungle, No Attack as your mid laner, and then Desterus and Footstomper in the bot lane. Man, the Guardians... They dropped a lot of games in the regular season. 8-7 coming in at second seed, so they did get the upper bracket semifinal start in the playoffs run. Their only 2 games that they dropped in playoffs were in the finals against the Unicorns. They did not drop a single game against the Unicorns in the semifinals, so I believe they dropped 2 games to Unicorns in the regular season. I think they went 1-2 against Unicorns in regular season. Off the top of my head, I could be wrong on that, but Guardians, they had a dominant performance throughout playoffs. Yes.
Yeah, that was definitely it. And talking about the regular season, you know, I was keeping tabs on VRD. I was like, this is gonna be one of our closest VRD splits ever. There was a lot of good competition, a lot of close teams, and I really like seeing it being such a close. I know for you, Cam, it's probably stressful as hell going into the playoffs, but for me, I'm like, this is exciting.
My team, for the record, was 7-8 going into playoffs. We were 1 game off of taking Guardians off of the top seed of the top side of the bracket, man.
Yeah,
that's how close it was.
It was extremely close. But as the champion mid laner saying in Twitch chat, regular season means nothing. It means a little bit. You got to make it into playoffs to make the playoffs matter, which is where Guardians were unleashed. So Usain, Stunna, No Attack, Desterus, Footstomper 12, along with subs Dog OG Kush, Kuma, Dog Marshall, and Chitin, with Coach Doki FTW taking it home in I would say very strong fashion there in the playoffs. Finals
Hey,
were a
we
banger.
took him to game 5. Hold on a second. We took him to a game 5.
Yeah, and it was spicy. I love seeing that.
Oh, we flipped Elder 40 minutes in a game 5 of finals.
Those burger flips will get you. They'll get you.
I don't like Elder.
Oh my goodness, but huge congratulations to our summer 2022 champs for the VRD League. You guys played incredible. You had a good run, and you guys get to sit in the Hall of Champions now for eternity, or until Discord is discontinued. Love it. Cam.
And now we get our MVPs.
Indeed, we get our MVPs again. With this being a draft league, we've got the most improved and rookie of the split included in this. And I just want to make a side note about the rookie of the split. It only comes from a pool of players where this is their first time in the draft league. So, it's your first time in VRD, you're in the running for rookie of the split. Just saying. So, Cam, we ready? Let's do this.
I'm very ready. I'm very happy I get to be the one to announce this as well.
Fantastic. Without any further ado, VRD MVPs.
Let's go. All right, for your most improved player coming to you from the top lane of the Guardians, it is Usain, your rookie of the split, Stunna from Guardians in the Jungle. My own mid laner, Sloth PhD, coming in from the Ducks, of course, the greatest team of all time. And then JDK as your playoffs MVP there from the Unicorns, and Stunna once again as your finals MVP, again, jungler for the Guardians.
Double Stunna, let's go. Okay, first split for Stunna here in VRD, coming on in, looking hella strong, and claiming finals MVP. That is a definite way to leave your mark on a league like this. Usain as well, looking good, improving the most over the split. So again, that is another great thing I like to see about players who, shift or do, eventually make that shift over from the VAD to VRD. It's just seeing that growth as a player, that improvement, the rank going up, and just becoming an overall better player. So this is just awesome to see the improvement coming in from a player like Usain, who has been in our community for quite some time. So huge shout out to them. We're gonna end with the doctor there. Because I would say, Cam, you probably give us all the insights to Sloth
yes.
there. JDK.
Sloth and JDK, the two mid laners that I literally directly work with, played on a team with both of them. I was a substitute for Unicorns and was the captain for the Ducks. Sloth was my first pick. I was the first pick in the draft. My first pick was Sloth, so I'm super happy to see that he's the one that gets split MVP. He absolutely smurfed the regular season. He played super well. He did all of our scouting. He did a lot of our drafting. I helped him on scouting as much as I could, but he liked doing it on his own. So that was what he was really good at. He and I shot called team together. We took our semifinals against the Unicorns. That was the team JDK is on, to game 5, and then I subbed in for the Unicorns in the finals. JDK, I mean, he played super well in both the semifinals against us and in the finals with me, where game 5, the semifinals, JDK going 15-0 on Sylas against my own Duck team. Like, I will never forget that, Sylas has to be a ban after that game. I'm sorry, it just has to be. JDK didn't get Sylas in, I don't think, any game of the finals, so he played Galio really well as well. He was a really good flex player, so I'm glad that he got playoffs MVP. And then the finals, of course, Stunna. He was a very, very good jungle player for his team. I mean, his Kindred was probably up there with Void's Kindred, I would say, for sure. Let's see. I mean, Stunna was Stunna. Stunna did Stunna things.
Stunna was doing Stunna things, just absolutely killing it out there. Absolutely killing it. Oh, but yeah, that was super fun. Seeing Sloth coming on in, looking just hella good in the mid lane. That was a fun mid matchup to watch. Was that Sloth JDK matchup in the semifinals? And then JDK has been, I would think, at the forefront of the Flying V, which is the Unicorn. He is the Unicorn horn right there at the front. Crazy in the mid lane, super fun to watch.
Also, one of the few Unicorn players that actually played in the finals.
That is also
or actually one of the few Guardian players. I mean, the Unicorns all play in the finals.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
Yes.
Good job, Stunna.
Yes. Congratulations to all our VRD MVPs. You guys are amazing. You guys are going to have your names hung up in our player rewards section. And Hopefully later tonight. Let's see if I remember to do that. Ayo. On to the VRD All-Stars, Cam. Let's see it. 1, 2, and 3 teams of All-Stars, my friend.
Let's go. All right. In the top lane, Bleeding Wolves from the Unicorns there. From the Falcons, you got Void, Bullet Angel. My own mid laner once again from the Ducks, Lost PhD. And you got the Tigers bot lane, the scariest bot lane of them all, Amistan and Twitch TV Dog Hugger.
Very nice to see that. Again, Sloth, his name is back up on there, but some recognition for the Falcons and for the Tigers from their performance in the regular split. So looking pretty good throughout the actual regular split. And again, this is one of, like I said, one of the closest, I think, regular splits where we had the tightest running to get into playoffs. I think between like 2nd and 5th was like so super duper tight up until I think basically the last day, Cam. So crazy to see that some of these teams who were playing great, or some of these players who were doing amazing, some didn't make it, but some did into playoffs there, because you did go up against the Tigers in quarterfinals, right?
My team did go against Tigers in the quarterfinals. Amistan and Dog Hugger, I would say, was the scariest spot lane in the regular season. Again, these All-Stars are voted on based on the regular season, so unfortunately, Amistan was not actually able to play on the night of our quarterfinals, so we didn't actually get to play against Amistan. Yes. I only played against him once because I was unfortunately not able to play against the 2 other nights as well. So Amistan and Dog Hugger, they're just the scary bot lane here of the VRD. I want to talk a little bit about Void, Bullet Angel as well. Falcons unfortunately didn't make playoffs, but Void and pending Peekaboo as well, I think, played really, really well on the Falcons. They just missed playoffs literally by 1 game. Again, the standings were just so close. They lost, I believe, game 2 on the final week of regular season, and that is what cost them playoffs.
Well, the votes are in, and now we got more. We got more to go. Our second All-Star team as well too. A lot of familiar names we got up there again.
Yes, it is Icy Rain coming in from the Wizards. Stunna once again, jungler for the Guardians. JDK from the Unicorns. Desirus as your Guardians AD carry, and Footstomper again as your Guardians support.
Very nice. We see a lot of the Guardians up in there too, which is awesome to see. JDK as well joining that team. Icy Rain as well. Unfortunately, Wizards not making a run into playoffs, but I would say having some good games up in that top lane. But our third All-Stars, Cam, if you please.
Let's go, Paul! Making it into All-Stars. Let's go, Paul! Yeah, from the Ducks, my top laner. And then, of course, Masked Hydra from Unicorns. No Tech as your mid laner. Juanito as your AD carry. And Last Dinosaurs for your support. Let's go, Paul!
Very nice.
He was... I mean, I gotta talk about Paul, right? Like, he was, originally, I third picked him as my, second/third. It was on the same pick for me as my AD carry. He and Peekaboo swapped between top and AD carry on week 2, and he played top since, and there were memes about him one-tricking Gnar. There were memes about him one-tricking Darius. This man just didn't lose his lane. You can't meme on him. He is the greatest top laner. I don't know why he didn't have top laner to begin with, but yeah, we swapped him into top and he just 1v9. I'm not gonna lie.
Awesome. And then we got all the unicorn, 3 of the unicorns down there. Masked Hydra, Juanito sold Last Dinosaurs. Masked Hydra, Last Dinosaurs. I'm gonna say Last Dinosaurs and Masked were both in the last split as well too. So it's good seeing some more recognition for these players as well. And Juanito Soul, a legend. He's been around since summer of 2020, so this guy's been in our league for a long time. I think there was a couple splits there. I was like, oh, what's happened to Juanito? But definitely making some steps in an upward trajectory. And of course, the Jhin is still his Jhin out there. So I love seeing it out there. I'm like, tune in, Juanito Soul, Jhin. Yes, everything is all right in the world. We have perfect balance. And right there at the center of the pendulum, it is No Attack. Again, massive in the mid lane. Winner of this split as well too, but I think individually as a player, Notuck has got the skills to back up the chatter that comes as well too. I mean, you gotta have to. You kind of have to. He plays incredible, and his banter is also fire. So, congratulations to all our all-stars here this evening.
He's got the mages down, no attack, the like 5-man flex. This guy plays every role at a diamond level. Like, I don't even know how it's possible. I swear, every league I go in, he's playing a different role in like a plat league or diamond league. And I'm like, how is this even possible, man? Like, I also have to thank No Attack once again for allowing me to play in the finals. Like, thank you. That was one of the most fun series of my life. Spoiler alert here. I'm playing with Juanito and a couple of the other players here on this list in VRS next split. So,
okay.
Juanito, yes, his Jhin is pretty correct. Please ban his Jhin. I don't want to play with Jhin. Thank you very much. This is my PSA. Please ban Jhin against us. I appreciate it. Yep.
All right, I'll wait for you guys to run the Jhin Xerath dodgeball lane. That'll be super fun. I'm waiting for it. Technically serious.
All right. Okay.
With that being said, that does in fact wrap up our awards for the VRD League. So let's come on back to the desk super quick before we take our second and final break of this evening. Whew, a lot of players, a lot of awards, a lot of votes coming in. I think there was a good chunk. There's a lot of players, right? A lot of votes. A lot of players.
Yeah, we had 30 players in VRD, 12 times 5, 60, so 60 players in the VAS, so 30 and 60 votes is a lot of votes. Like, it is hard to be able to make it into the top 3 of any of these roles.
Yeah, yes, it is, but you just gotta play good. What can I say? No, it is.
My bad, man. Jeez. I forgot how to play for the regular season. I remembered my keyboard in playoffs.
Or is it you're doing trackpad action? That's what it was. Guys, I forgot
my keyboard
mouse.
was actually unplugged for the first 6 weeks of the season. I'm sorry about that.
Happens. I hate that. But I honestly, huge congratulations to, first of all, both our champions from the draft leagues, Hornets and the Guardians, as well as all the MVPs and all-stars. You guys played super great. A lot of people played super great this split, but again, the votes are the votes, and that's what they say. So it is what it is. I don't want to have to say it is what it is, but it is what it is.
What do you mean? It's a good thing. Well,
it is.
It is a bad thing? It is a good thing.
It is. Leaves it out. You know how
my gosh.
It used to be so difficult having to. Hey, can you just choose some MVPs? I can't choose. I love everybody. Damn, man.
Look over there, or over there. It says up next VAS, the 36 team league, the biggest league that Victorious has ever had.
Speaking of, Cam, you summed it up in a perfect little way. It is huge. We're coming back in just a few minutes for the VAS, which, as Cam said, biggest league we've ever had. That's insane. 36 teams. Insanity. That doesn't even include subs if we were to do the math for it, but we'll have to bring all that back in a few moments. Pre-made leagues up next. Don't go anywhere because we've got a few more awards still to go. And we're back again. It's summer 2022 award show. It's your host, caster, producer, something Gurf. And it's your host, caster, producer, something Cam. How you doing, Cam?
Host, producer, caster, player now. Yes, that's my full title. Who soon to be moderator as well, I think is what I'm hearing. Yes. I think we need more titles. Aren't you like head of production as well? Like you gotta throw that in there.
You know what? Head of production, former champion. I can't add that too. Yeah.
I'm a finalist, okay? Throw that in there.
Next split, Cam. Don't worry about it.
What do you mean next split? I wrote the split.
Go again. Run it back.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'll try harder.
My win was on my second split. My first split on VAS was it was okay. We made it to semifinals. Got absolutely stomped by by PvE back in the day. Oh god, they ran a hyper funnel Xayah run with an AP Blitz Dark Harvest in the bot lane. It was not fun, but they're good players. I was like, respectfully, you guys whooped their butts. Away she goes. So second split, came back, won it. No problem, easy.
There you go. It's that easy, man. That was your warm-up split. You know, that was my warm-up split. I'm warmed up now.
Well, I think we're plenty warmed up to get going with some of these further awards. We've got more to go. 3 more leagues are Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night leagues. Lot of hands on deck for these ones for sure. As you know, coming up is our VAS, our Wednesday. Cam was on production, filled in as host and casting. I would say more than a few times over there. Also had beautiful Crow, Infinite Dodge. Kevbo was on there. I think Becky Rita came in a few times here and there. So, and maybe a couple other fills here and there if I'm forgetting.
We had some players on. I ran my podcast.
Right, we did have the podcast as well too. Yes.
That was me.
That is very true. That's very true. But it was a big league. The biggest we have ever had, 36 teams. When I saw the registration numbers coming in before the split started, I was like, holy crap, you guys, this is going to be absolutely bonkers. And it was. I would say this is one of the craziest leagues I have ever seen. Lots of competition, lots of different players, lots of different drafts, teams, comps, and just champions that we got to see across the board here. Just, I would say, sheer volume. You're going to hit a few of those sweet spots for sure. But we're going to go into this VAS Awards right now. So let's start it up by recognizing our champions from this summer split, which is none other than the amazing CB Dragons.
CB Dragons winning their finals with a 3-1 record. Kobita as your top laner. CB Cooper in the jungle. Nagini as your mid laner. I like the LeBlanc skin that they chose. Nagini's LeBlanc, by the way, was just giga cracked. He picked it way too much. The enemy gave it to him way too much is what I tried to say there. River or Eddie as your AD carry. And Blossom and Dawn in the support. CB Dragons, an incredibly dominant performance from them. They didn't drop a single game in playoffs until game 3 of their finals. They didn't drop, right? Yeah, they didn't drop a single game until game 3 of game 3 of finals. And then they didn't drop a single game between week 5 and week 9 of regular season. Every single one, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Their 3 losses that you see in the regular season were like random losses that they took in the first 5 weeks.
Yeah. And the playoff run that they had to actually do to make it here. First of all, taking out your sister team in the first round of playoffs. That's unfortunate for CBZ. But then they took on TCC, on to TA Divine, who I think were a really, really strong team. The split in semifinals, and then all the way to the very end against the Red Panda Gamers, where that was, again, it was a bit of a crazy finals. I was watching this one actually with a few of my buddies, and they were definitely enjoying some of the show. But CB Dragons were on something else that night. They were looking hella good, and yeah, deserving of this win. They played incredible. But along with their subs, Sun Kopik, Woe, and Kaiten, and their manager Anderson Cooper.
Let's go, Kaiten! Getting another chip on the bench. Let's go!
And Coach Para as well. Again, incredible players. You got some great names, though, I would say, on this team. CB Cooper and Nagini. Pat yourself on the back. Those are some fantastic names, guys.
I do believe, I could be wrong on this one. I'm pretty sure, like 95% sure this is Cooper's first chip. on a CB roster. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure. So it is a very, very well-deserved win here in the VAS. I mean, yeah, right? Like, Cooper and Nagini were the mid-jungle duo to be feared here in the VAS. They played the mid-jungle 2v2s, 2v3s with Blossom when possible as well. Just so well. Absolutely terrifying. The map control that they had around dragons, mostly around dragons as well, right? Like, it was just... This mid-jungle were absolutely terrifying. Cooper super well-deserved on his first chip here.
Yeah, and that was definitely, you know, going back to the finals, something that I was like, wow, this team just loves dragons. It's in their name, so might as well take them all before we even get to 20 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, again, it was something, you know,
that was the meme.
I talked about on my cast too about focusing these objectives, how good just like passively getting dragons throughout the game, and then suddenly we hit 20 minutes and you're sitting on Soul Point. This is something that CB Dragons understood through and through. It was just like breathing to them. They knew that this was something that was needed, and just gave them that extra little kick to just enable the incredible players that you had on this team.
It was also very funny when we were casting CB Dragons on VAS. It was Kaiden subbing in, I believe, for the semifinals, and then Kaiden had just beat my team in finals the night before. You know how the VRD is a Tuesday league and this is a Wednesday league. Yeah, Kaiden just beat my team the night before, and then I have to cast him in a semifinals again, subbing in again, and it's like, what? How is Kaiden everywhere? I don't understand. He's just here winning it yet again.
Just winning. Change his name to Me Win. That's no. But
I have a friend with that name.
Actually, oh my god. Well, you can't change it to that anymore. It's because it's taken. Sorry, me win too. I don't know if your friend has that one as well. But congratulations to our VAS champions. You guys had to go through an absolute gauntlet to get here. Like 4 different groups, 36 teams, multiple rounds in the playoffs. Yeah, they had quite the journey. But overcame it in, I would say, stylish fashion, right? You look back at the playoff run, 2-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-1. Come on. These guys are really good.
Hey, and I was a few people as well who did actual pick'ems for VAS as well. So I submitted them before the round of 16 actually started, so it actually counts. And I had CB Dragons down as my victors. So, you know, I had the finals matchup correct, and I had the finals champions correct. So we take those.
We do take those. We do. Congratulations to CB Dragons. You're taking home Hall of Champions. And your names will be hung up in that channel for all of eternity until Discord is discontinued. But we continue on with more VAS awards because it's MVPs up next, Cam.
MVPs here for the VAS. Split MVP coming in to you from TD Solar is the Fire of the Fox. Wupong for your playoffs MVP from Red Panda Gaming, your other finalist team. And of course, Nagini for your finals MVP as your CB Dragons mid laner.
Yeah, again, those are names we saw quite a bit. The TD squads, honestly, I got to know them a little bit through the Amateur Worlds through TD Shadow, but TD Solar has been in our league, I think, for at least 2 splits now. At least 2, could be 3 at this point. So it's nice seeing this team who has spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort getting themselves up there to be recognized for their skills and for how well they did. And of course, the Fire of the Fox won. Do remind me what they were up to this summer, Cam.
TD Solar was in the semifinals. I do believe they were... I can't remember their exact playoff run. I just remember having one of their members on my playoff podcast, and I only had quarterfinalists on my podcast, so they made it to at least quarterfinals, and then I believe they dropped out. It wasn't against CB Dragons. It might have been... Who was it? It was TC Colors, I think.
It was... I'm
going straight off my memory. I'm not looking at any sheets.
I got it here. Don't worry. I got the sauce.
Okay, good.
TD Solar, they took down Obsidian. Unfortunately, Going Ghost did beat them in a best of 5, 3-1. But Going Ghost, we're also another good team. But it was the Fire. This is going to mess me up because it's not Firefox. It's the Fire of the Fox one. Was definitely a big member out there for this team. And I believe in the mid lane as well too. So stepping up, and that is not an easy role to be recognized for throughout an entire split of play. So congratulations to the Fire of the Fox. Over playoffs MVP though, Wupong, the ADC from Red Panda Gaming Cubs.
Let's go, Wupong, the carry himself, the Senna entrepreneur. I was gonna say I had a word in my head, then my word turned into entrepreneur. I don't know why it did that. Extraordinaire. I don't know. I just remember a whole lot of Senna and like a whole lot of like really strange off meta hyper carries that he played in AD carry, and I was like, why is this working? I don't know. And then they got to finals, and I was like, let's see Wupong win. Wupong, they did take a game off of CB Dragons. You know, they were the only team to take a game off of CB Dragons in the span of about 10 weeks. So congratulations to them, Wupong. I'm glad you made playoffs MVP.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then, last but not least, one of the champs here from, I believe, the mid lane. Yes.
Yes.
Nagini. First of all, side note, big fan of the name, like I said before. Second last Horcrux? Yes? Yes? I think so. If you haven't read Harry Potter or watched the movies at this point, I don't know what you're doing. But, yeah. Incredible in the mid lane to watch this player go at it in finals. They were on it. They were just on something else. So Nagini, incredible player. I'm really hoping we get to see them back again for the fall split.
Yeah, absolutely. Nagini, funnily enough, as well, was also the semifinalist MVP. So he won semifinals MVP. I made the graphics for semifinals MVP, and then he won finals MVP again. And I was like, hey, I already got the graphics made. Let's go. So yeah, Nagini, I mean, the mid laner, I remember his LeBlanc very, very clearly, just absolutely demolishing people in semifinals and the finals. I don't know how his LeBlanc kept getting through draft, and then he would start pulling out other things like Galio, and I was like, he's playing assassins, he's playing mages, he's playing tanks, like he's playing engages, like he's just got everything.
Absolutely. Nagini, pivotal member of that CB crew and securing that final. So congratulations to all our VAS MVPs. So with that, we are ready to move on to the All-Stars.
All-Stars.
For this split, though, we got a little couple of additions, as you saw back for the draft leagues. There are 1, 2, and 3 All-Star teams. Well, that has been an addition to the pre-made leagues this split, so let's bring it on up. Your VAS All-Stars.
Your VAS All-Stars first team here, Draconus, coming to you from the top lane of RPG. Shensered as your jungler from Rising Tide Typhoon. Nagini once again, of course, your mid laner for CB Dragons. Wupong again as your AD carry for RPG Cubs. And Rin as your support for Imperial Gaming. Or Invictus. Wait, yeah. Is it Imperial or Invictus? There, one of the words, you know. The IG.
Wait a minute, we said this, but Imperial. It's Imperial. You had it the first time.
Yeah.
I
had it the first time. I doubted myself. Why did I doubt myself? I don't know. I had it right. I'm going off memory here.
Let's talk about a few of these players. Of course, Nagini back up there again. Wupong returning up to the top as well. But Draconus Shensered. That one always trips me up. Cool name,
Shensered.
But it's Shensered. Yeah, Shensered.
I interviewed him. He's really cool.
Yes, absolutely. And Rin, tell us a little bit about these players, Cam.
Okay, let's see. Rising Tide did make it to the semifinals. They fell to RPG Cubs. And in a 3-1 fashion, I'm pretty sure. So I'm glad to see Shensered making up there too at the first seed. Unfortunately, the only member of Rising Tide. I think Rising Tide played super, super well. The bot lane as well specifically. I remember Gerbs. You put him on Jinx, you put him on a hyper carry, AD carry. He's going to 1v9. Shensered as well. You put him on some. He's not a tank jungler. He's not an engaged jungler. He will carry you on Graves, on Kindred. Like Shensered will just be there to be the damage for your team. Draconus. We memed a little bit about it. Draconus was the player that I duoed with through my plat promos, my 6th plat promos, and he played Gwen and he 1v9. I'm not gonna lie, Draconus kind of smurfed those games. He played super, super well in those, and then super, super well throughout semifinals and finals. Wupong, AD carry here for RPG Cubs as well. We talked about a little bit on the MVP slide. He plays the carries. He does the damage. I don't know.
Does his job and does it well.
Yes, and then Ren, one of our Enchanter players there as well. So he's gotta love the Enchanters. A fellow Enchanter enjoyer, we could say.
Yes, and we do gotta appreciate that. But you know, at that point, I'm not here to do damage. I'm here to make sure my team is a-okay, topped on up, getting the shields, getting the heals, whatever you guys need. That's what we appreciate from our supports. But that is our first All-Star team. We also have a second All-Star team. We'll get to the third in a sec, don't worry. But few other teams making the cut up here as well too.
Yes. So for your top laner here on the second team, it is from ID Cerberus, Paper Wallager, I do believe. And then in the jungle, you may have heard his name before. I don't know where you could have possibly heard his name before. It is Ras, the RPG jungler. And once again, Fire of the Fox is your TNE Solar mid laner. I've earned this win. This is the leak that Gurf sent out earlier.
Oops, my bad.
Going Ghost AD carry, you saw him as Nickel on the Gators squad.
Yep.
He is the same person. He's just got 2 names here because he's just that cool. And then Opti, once again, is your ID Cerberus support.
Yep, and don't you worry, Nickel. I'll change that up before we do actually upload those into the awards channel. So it is your new and updated name. I had a few wires crossed there, but it's okay. Your name's up there. Sick and all-star. Let's go. But we also have our third All-Stars as well. I see a name or two actually on there that I'm familiar with, Cam.
Yeah, you think? I think these are some pretty well-known names. You got Deity on there from TA. That's TA Solar, right?
TA. There's a lot of them. Cam.
Oh, it's a TA Divine. No. I think it's TA Divine.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, TA Divine. Sorry, TA in the top lane. Again, I'm going off of memory here. Cheese Key as your Lit Club jungler. Ivor, again, your ID server mid laner. Dilly, your TA Divine. AD carry, and Big B from Rising Tide Typhoon, and your support.
Yeah. Speaking of the two that I do know of up there, Cheese Key, been around for a while in the jungle. He's I think we're going back to honestly like fall of 2019. This is how long this guy has been around in our organization. He's been known for a bit of Volibear playing, but I'm sure he makes it up a few more times than that, especially the split. And then all the way over to support, Big B does ring a bell because remember when I said PvE? Actually, no, it was before PvE because he still was on Rising Tide. That was a team when I was back in VAS all those, actually year and a half ago, that we got to see. Big B's always been a solid support. Can bust out the enchanters, but honestly, I know him for some tanky, roaming, in-your-face stuff that's going to make you throw a mouse or two out the window. Big B can push those buttons, and he pushes them well in multiple types of buttons, if we're really talking about him here. Yeah, Big B, solid support, and I love seeing his name up there.
Yes, thank you, I think I just casted Deity winning another tournament today, actually. That's funny.
Of course, Ivar Dilly up at the air as well, Cam.
Yes, the unnamed tournament that Deity won today as well. Congratulations. Well, I'll throw that one in here for you, too.
Well, that is, in fact, all of our VAS awards, MVPs, and All-Stars. If you happen to miss this or you're just tuning in right now, don't you worry. VOD will be available after the stream is done, and it should be on YouTube at some point later on this evening, whenever it actually does, does its thing. It's got to upload. Takes time. But you'll see it up there as the night goes on. But congratulations to all our champions, to all our MVPs, and all our All-Stars from this absolutely, massively, insanely large league we had this split.
Yes, making it into top 3 of anything, of something with 36 teams in it, like all, what is this, 15 players? Yeah, very, very impressive with all 15 of you here. But with that, we've got some more leagues here, Gurf. We got the VRS.
We do. We got 2 more leagues to go. Making our way through the week on to our Thursday night league, which was fantastic. Headed by Salt Spreader on production, we had the lovely, most lovely Infinite Dodge, Shogun, and Kongman all just holding down the fort, doing amazing over there, doing some funny stuff for their pre-shows as well too, which was super entertaining to watch. But we had some crazy stuff happen, and I mentioned earlier tonight a newcomer making their mark in this league and doing it in absolute fashion because it's your VRS Summer 2022. Jeez. That's a lot of 2s in there. Absolute Esports.
Absolute Esports, very dominant performance. You have Peaceful Player as your top laner, Angry Cookie in the jungle role, Rose of She in the mid laner, and Arts and Crafts and Can't Boil Water down there in the bot lane. You can see the regular score, your regular season score, the playoff score, absolutely insane, dropping 2 games total.
Yeah, This team came in. I don't believe I've ever seen this team before. Came into our league, looked amazing from the drop, and it was a question of, we've got all of these other returning veteran teams. Rising Tide Tsunami, I think, was back in the mix. We had the Mint Gelato in there. Dorado, as well as Oasis Esports was in there. But in the end, this Absolute Esports team was just unhinged, man. They went on a spree there, 14-1 in the regular season. That's insane, Cam.
That is insane. And you say you haven't seen this team before. I actually have. I cast them in a league that I ran about a year ago, maybe like 6 months to a year ago. They were playing in that league. It was also a plat league. They barely made playoffs in that league. This is a very different story. They have improved so much. It's been so fun to watch them and then even play against them on the one-day league that Victoria's held a couple days ago on the Saturday. So, I mean, they're a very scary team to play against, and I hope I get to play against them in the next split.
Yeah, they looked heckin' good. Let's just put it that way.
Hey, and they followed me on Twitter. Absolute Esports followed me on Twitter, so thank you for that.
Oh, I'm just going to double check a couple things on my end before I move on over. But VRS, another really big league. I think our second biggest league. It was biggest league last split, but VAS took that over. Still, respectively, a large league out here for this summer, Cam.
Yeah, I think it was 24 teams, right? It was 3 groups of 8, so it was one less group than the VAS had, but still 24 is a very, very large league to play in, and only to drop 2 games in it as well is quite impressive, as we hopefully have MVPs here. Maybe?
Yeah, we're gonna actually just slightly switch it up. We're gonna do All-Stars first for this one while I do some things, Cam.
Okay. I got you.
So we're gonna go ahead, bring up the All-Stars. We will bring back the MVPs in just a few short moments, so don't you worry. We're gonna get our VRS MVPs up in just a second. I just want to make sure everything is tip-top, absolutely looking banging out there. So if you don't mind that, let's bring up the VRS All-Stars, Cam.
Okay, your VRS first team All-Stars. You may see a slight theme here. You got Fireflans as your Dorado top laner, Cafe as your Dorado jungler, Shimawu as your Dorado mid laner, Amastan coming back in here from the VRD. That's a name I recognize as your Mint AD carry. And again, Can't Boil Water, your Absolute Esports support.
Yeah, incredible players up there for sure. I would say Dorado, even though they did get knocked out in semifinals, these players have been just on something for many splits, many splits. Cam.
I think I scrimmed against one of their teams, and then they I completely forgot. I scrimmed against one of the Dorado teams, and then we were trying to talk about the other Dorado teams, and then this team came up, and I was like, oh yeah, they're a pretty scary team. And then they said some of the players, and I was like, oh no, they're very scary to play against. But yes, absolutely super well deserving for them up here in the top All-Star team, yes. And again, Amastan, first team in both the VRD and the VRS here in the AD carry position. But I believe those are the only 2 leagues he played in. I didn't see him play in any others, but it's quite impressive making it top AD carry in 2 leagues at the same time.
Absolutely. It was a great run from them. But we've also got our second set of All-Stars. Well, second team All-Stars. What's the correct term for it? Yeah, second team All-Stars, right?
Second team All-Stars. Yes. Let's see. Peaceful player joining us again from the Absolute squad here in the top lane. Anger Cookie from the Absolute jungle lineup, and Oasis coming in as your mid laner from Hades. Joker again from Dorado in the AD carry, and Paradox Creator from the Divine Ascension Frostbite is what. Yes, that one.
Yes.
My own mid laner now.
Oh, look at that. Oh, right. Yeah, you did mention Paradox, and I was like, wait a minute. Why does that name ring a bell? Because I was putting on the graphic today. That's why. Yeah.
He's a support man? Hold on a second. He's my mid laner.
Interchangeable. Enchanters, Cam. You know the deal.
I see.
But it is nice seeing Divine, which is a team that's been around, an org that's been around within Victorious for a long time. I would say at this point, still making moves, pumping out good players. It's awesome to see. I did not differentiate the different Dorados on here because we do currently have only just the one logo. But Joker, I do believe, was on the Dorado Zeta, Dorado Gaming Zeta. Yes. So we'll try and keep track of where all the Dorado players are coming from, specifically where they're coming from. But yes, all Dorado members there. Sergeant Hades, another big name we love to see up there. You know, originally known as a Zoe one trick, I think has definitely branched out in terms of what we're seeing out there in the mid lane, but still respectively a very powerful mid laner, very strong individual player who can stand up to, I would say, the majority of these mid lane matchups.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we get to go down to our third team All-Stars here as well. You see him down there. You got, once again, Oasis for Mommy's Guy as your top laner. Zohair as from Dorado in the jungle position once again. You got OG Crush, or OG, yeah, that from Dorado in the mid lane. DM for Scholarship in the AD carry. And
I love this name. It's hilarious. The fact...
from Vid, thank you for making me read these. Appreciate it.
Oh, you haven't even hit the worst one. Wait till we get to VTS. We'll just you wait. Okay. XX Bong hit 69XX. Keeping it real like it's 2008 over here.
I see.
I love it. I love seeing that name. It's really hilarious. But again, some more names from the Dorado gaming squads. I do believe that OG Kush is from Dorado Gaming Gamma, and Zohair is from Iota. If I'm gonna be correct, if my guesses are correct, I think I might be on it. I think I might be on my game tonight. Let's see.
I believe in you. You know, you're gonna know better than I am. I just see Dorado. I'm gonna say Dorado.
Dorado Gaming, but lots of other incredible players here. Honestly, a lot of incredible players in the VRS. It is definitely tight competition out there. A lot of these teams had, I would say, pretty damn good runs in the regular season. A lot of the teams we're looking at, like the Dorados, all the Dorados, really. Gamma and Iota ended up in second in their groups. Zeta in first in their groups. ABS was first in their groups. OEC was first in their groups. Mint was third. So there's a reason why you're seeing a lot of these names up here, because these teams performed well, and you're just getting a little glimpse at what might have been those key players to make that happen.
But you see here, Gurf, I'm gonna be the #1 support next split up on this graphic right here. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I want to see it.
I'm gonna take Paradox's spot.
I got to see it. Well, if Paradox playing the mid lane, then there you go. It works out.
Yeah.
But congratulations to all our VRS All-Stars on your awards. But now I do believe I am ready to go for the MVPs. I know I switched it around.
Yes, that one.
I slightly switched around. We're gonna go back to normal order when we get to VTS. That's my bad. I did realize there was a certain logo that was incorrect, so I wanted to make sure we went back and fixed that on up. So I was looking at the champ screen. I'm like, that person is not from ABS. I'm like, oh, oops. Let's make sure that's right. So it's right now. It's correct. VRS MVPs coming at you right now.
Let's go. The MVPs finally are here. Can't Boil Water as your split MVP, coming at you once again from Absolute Esports. And your playoffs MVP is Gao Shu, I do believe, from Oasis once again. And Can't Boil Water, your finals MVP here.
Can't Boil Water. I'm seeing that name all over the place here tonight.
I don't know.
I love it. Support players getting the recognition that they deserve. Makes my heart just so happy, Cam.
All right, I'm very happy. Yes, let's go supports. I mean, I'm not gonna take down Can't Boil Water. He's gonna get first seed, but you know what? Yeah, split MVP and finals MVP as a support. I can't say I've ever seen that before. Like, even in professional leagues, right? It is really hard to win awards as a support player because you're typically not the one making all the flashy plays. Support players, they make the flashy plays in terms of comms, in terms of strategy, in terms of a lot of things that you can't measure through stats or even watching the game, really. So it's nice to see some recognition. I very much appreciate that.
Yeah. incredible stuff to see Camp Boil Water taking that home. But also PP Gaosho. That, I believe, was the jungler for Oasis Esports. So, again, something that it's been a while. And you know what, Cam? This was kind of a shower thought I had. It's like, it's been a minute since I've got to see some junglers, stepping on up into form and being like the main carries of the game. A lot of recent games and just teams recently has been a lot evolved around that mid lane, a lot evolved around the top lane too. And junglers, slightly, in my opinion, and this is not just here too, this is across the board of League of Legends, junglers kind of taking a sidestep. So to see that there is still junglers out there that can step on up and be absolute, just huge carries out there, makes me extremely happy. So congratulations to PP Gaoshao on the playoffs MVP.
And congratulations to all of the All-Stars as well. Camp Boil Water, just apparently Smurf, the best player in ranked Platinum BRS history here, as we have, Gerf, one more league. Oh my goodness.
One more? I know, we're almost
Finally.
there. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, I see the name that you're talking about.
Yeah, now you see it. It's pretty bad, so we don't actually have to say the full thing. Maybe just the first half of that because TOS, but I don't know how that one slipped through the right system there. First off, though, moving into VTS are our champions. So, coming in, this team has been with us, I think, for a couple splits now. Definitely pretty vocal, I saw across the board here on Twitter in Banter Channel. It was definitely fun seeing them in here, but had a great regular season and an even better playoffs run. So without any further ado, our champions from this summer split for the VTS, the highest upper echelon of league we can have here at Victoris, Virtue Gaming Ambition.
Virtue Gaming Ambition, again, dropping only 2 games throughout their season. I don't know how this keeps happening, but that is quite the impressive run to have. So, for your roster here, you have Sven in the top lane, Nihao Dylan, I'll go with that one as your jungler. Number 2, Ginger in the mid lane, Loki Dosi in the AD carry, and Phoenix Main for your support.
Love it. And you also have the subs Hiccup 1357, Scrug for Rondons and Lilia, as well as Coach Long Neck Diff. Of course, I'm reading that sideways, and yeah, it is kind of a okay.
That's a good one. That's a pretty one to read sideways.
I'm not gonna lie, VTS players, they get a little spicy with it. We're gonna see an example of that in just a few moments, but yeah, it's incredible to see again teams who have come back multiple times, who have taken a few splits to really find their footing, making a mark in this league, and I love the fact that VGA has finally found the equation that works for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think I remember VGA even from last split, right? And they made it to semifinals or something along those lines. I'm not sure they even made finals. So this is a very different story to a team that I'm pretty sure didn't even make finals last split, dropping only 2 games, taking the league. I mean, any playoff run that has 0 or 1 losses, I just think is super impressive.
Mm-hmm. And that was, yeah, I think you're right in saying they did make it to playoffs, didn't have a deep run last split. But yeah, this split, they take down Ragnarok Esports Store. Then was the big one that they had to get over was Gang 7 Mirage. This team has won our VTS League, I think, a couple times under Mint Gaming Mirage, as well as their own Gang 7 Mirage. They were in here as Mad City before that in our first ever VTS League. That is an insanely strong team to take down, and VGA is like, we got this. Don't even worry about it. Took them down 3-1. Then they make it all the way to Glacial Black in finals there, which, again, Glacial has been around for a long time as well, too. Also, I think one of those teams who have been around since one of our first or second VTS splits. I was watching them this split. I was like, damn, Glacial has stepped up massively. So the fact that we see these 2 teams making all the way to finals and then VG is just like, nah, it is our split. We are here for finals. We are here to be champions. Too bad, Glacial. So VGA coming out on top, looking extremely strong this split and backing up all the chatting that was going on with some incredible gameplay.
incredible gameplay to support their, like you said, incredible run to be able to take the championship for themselves here in the VTS, the Master slash, I guess, GM League here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In Victorious. So, you've got some MVPs.
We do, in fact, have some MVPs. So why don't we go ahead, bring up our VTS MVPs from this summer, split, playoffs, and finals.
Yay! Okay. Coming to you from Team Ambition for your split MVP, it is Castle 7. Well, you said your name, you said they're scary. From Glacial, it is Silva for your playoffs MVP. And of course, from VGA, Loki Dosi for your finals MVP.
Yeah, we're seeing those names up there once again. I mentioned Glacial as quite the team in playoffs. They had a really good run. Best run they've ever had, making it all the way to the finals there. But Silva, in that bot lane was, oh my god, Silva's cracked. Silva is absolutely cracked. So that is a super fun ADC to watch. I'm sure our casters, Moose and
Becky,
yes, and TDS. Again, I wanted to see. I was getting mixed up with Team Ambition. It's TDS. I'm so sorry, buddy. TDS were on there. They had some incredible games to cast here from Glacial. Castle 7 from TA Black, also making their way up there. I do believe TA had an okay showing as well, too. They made it into playoffs, but unfortunately, not making that deep run. You know, I kind of scratched my chin there, Cam, because that's the very similar situation that VGA were in last split. So who knows? Next split for TA Black? We'll have to see.
Okay.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But Castle did play amazing throughout the regular split. I do believe that they were a jungler as well. So rehash, go back to the part of the VOD I talked about junglers making a mark in the game, how much it impresses me. It impresses me quite a bit. And of course, in finals there, I mean, VGA kind of 3-0'd in there. And there's a reason. Okay. There's a big reason why things went so VGA favored. Yes, the whole team played incredibly well, but again, another ADC is going to be lined up as an MVP, Cam.
Yeah, excellent work there from all three players here, but we've also got some All-Stars. These are our final All-Stars, Scarf.
Yep, final All-Stars, last one of the night, last league of the split, and this will in fact be our last little bit of wrap-up for the split, which again, oh god, no, I'm getting emotional, no! Okay, we're fine, we're good, we're moving on, we got the VTS All-Stars. Let's go, Cam. Oh god. Oh my god. I do apologize for the flavorful names we do see up on stream, but they are what they are.
Alright, you have Carpet as your top lane first all-star team. Castle 7 once again from Team Ambition in the jungle. Mark Boots, I guess, as your mid laner here once again from Team Ambition. And your VGA bot lane, Loki Dosi and Maokai. Ego Boom.
Maokai Ego Boom. It does.
I like that name. I agree, yeah.
As a support, having that name, that just screams to me Maokai support saplings max build? Question mark?
Yep, the mandate build, go full AP. I like it.
I do see some recognition from Gang 7 up there, which is, again, none too surprising. That's an incredible team that has been just running incredible teams, incredible rosters, incredible splits so far. TA Black up there as well, too. We see Castle 7's name as well as his mid laners, Mark Boots, and the VGA squad does appear again. Loki Dosi did get finals MVP, but I love the fact that we see for All-Stars is that the duo is together up there as our first team All-Stars. Makes my heart happy.
Yes. The bot lane and the mid jungle duo I think is very funny to see together as the All-Stars I wonder how this happened. Yes, the mid jungle and the bot lane duo. Synergy is very important here then. And then the top laner island. It's like, oh no, top laner, we forgot about them.
This is so representative of what the game of League of Legends is right here on screen. So yeah, sometimes it just works out like that. art imitates life or life imitates art, vice versa.
I don't know. I'm gonna go look at the second team All-Stars here.
Let's go for the second team.
All right,
All-Stars,
I got you. Marius will be your top laner. Second team All-Stars coming to you from CV Infusion.
Popang.
Popping.
Popang.
Okay, that's a cool name. Yep. Popping from Glacial in the jungle role. Kite Azor. That's actually a name that I recognize from Glacial as well. Shiny Tentacruel from Gang 7 Mirage for your AD carry. And Turk. That's nice for your team ambition support.
I gotta say, after doing a little bit of Pokemon gaming, Shiny Tentacruel, that's a sick name. That's a sick name. Come on, that is a great name to have. Two actual gamer names up there, Mario's as well too. But it's nice. It's nice seeing again a lot of recognition across the board for a few other teams. Yes, we have TA, Gang 7, Glacial all up there as well too. But we got one of the CB squads, which is nice. So CB Infusion does make the ranks. Mario's was definitely a name I heard called out a few times tuning into the VTS. So it's nice to see that that CBI has made the ranks here in the second All-Stars as well as third as we move ahead.
Yes, as well as third here, as once again your top laner here from Team Ambition is Threadripper. For your jungler here, you have Poopsinis. I'm just gonna pretend yes.
I want to say like Poochie, like Poochinas?
Poochinas. That sounds better. All right. For your Gang 7 Mirage, once again, your mid laner will be Steel City Warrior. For your third All-Star team, Silva as your Glacial AD carry, and Sigafi as your CB Infusion support.
Absolutely. We got some recognition for the Ragnarok squad. Thor specifically here, as we did have two Ragnarok squads coming in. That was Thor and Loki. Cool names, cool teams, but yeah, they're jungler. Making the ranks up there, along with, again, we do see another Team Ambition Black up there for Threadripper. Steel City Warrior. Again, I've said it a few times, but Steel City Warrior, I believe, has been the captain of this Gang 7, Mad City, Mint Mirage team, whatever iteration they've been for as long as I've seen them, as long as I've known them. An absolute foundation to this team in terms of shot calling, and I'm sure scouting and making sure that this team is on point. Definitely deserving of being one of the All-Stars here tonight. Silva's back again, Cam. Not too surprising, Silva's kind of cracked, so I'm happy to see Silva's name back up there once again. And then Sigafi.
Yes, I'm sorry, it's Sigafi. He's gonna kill me for saying it wrong. Oh my god.
Sigafi's up there as well too. Another CB Infusion member.
For like 2 splits. How did I forget his name?
Happens to the best of us, Cam. What can we say?
I'm sorry, Sigafi. He's gonna hate me forever now. I didn't mean it. Maybe I need 3 splits to get his name right.
That's fine. We'll run it back again.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's been around.
This does, in fact, though, wrap up all of our awards across all 7 of our leagues. So let's come on back to the desk while we wrap this show on up. Woo! It's a lot of players, Cam. A lot. Oh my god.
7 leagues across 5 days, man. We got 2 pre-made leagues for Victoria, League of Legends and Victorious, yes, and then 3 pre-made leagues, 2 draft leagues, 2 Valorant leagues. Like we just got everything going on right now.
Yeah, it's still, being someone who's been here since the start, it's so incredible. Seeing the growth, seeing the increase in competition. That was something I was saying to myself literally in the first 2 weeks of this split has started. I'm like, there's something different about this split. There's more heat, more intensity, more competition, and that was something that I loved seeing out there from each of these teams, bringing their best. And yeah, it makes for some really good leagues. Makes for some good good tournament foundations of what you
good content.
Good content, good cast, good podcast. Yeah. It's awesome. These players always putting their best foot forward. So appreciate each and every one of you players out there who made their mark. And of course, to all our lovely casters, I think the only ones that I didn't mention by name were our VLS ones. So again, Mr. Fantastic on production. We had the lovely Cute Noob and Becky Bear casting over there. And then beautiful Crow. What a lad. What an absolute legend this lad is. As our host, but a lot of other people involved behind the scenes to bring you guys all these broadcasts as well too.
Yeah.
If I didn't mention your names, again,
Shout
thank
out
you.
Flip Trick.
Shout out Flip.
Shout out Raven. Shout out B-Pots.
Flip Trick and B-Pots for our graphics. We had
Yeah.
Ravensmen doing stats and making things like crazy. All our referees,
Giggle helping stats.
all our stats members, all our mods, all our admins. There are a lot of hands behind the scenes that make this go on. And Cam, you know, doing this production, there's a lot behind the scenes. This is fun though. It is some of the most fun I've ever had, and can't keep on doing this without you guys at home keeping on supporting this league. So appreciate you guys more than you know. But Cam, any final thoughts about the split, how it went, feelings, emotions you want to get out here on stream before we have to go?
Oh my gosh! This might or might not be my last ever time on a Victorious broadcast. I don't know where I'm going after this, but this might be my last time on a Victorious cast. I'm so sorry, Gurf.
Big Cam on campus. It's Big Cam on campus. You got big plans, and you know what?
I got college happening here soon. I am going to be competing in VRS, but VAS and VRD were super, super fun to participate in. VAS, I was in for 2 splits. I've been here almost a full year now. It's crazy. I'm going to be so sad to leave it, but I'm happy I still get to compete on one of the leagues.
Yeah. You're still going to be here. You'll still be here.
I'll still be hanging around. You'll still see my name in the Discord a lot, probably. Lots of ducks. Oh, there'll be plenty of ducks. Don't worry.
Always. Never change the ducks. That's I appreciate it.
No.
But
y'all better not take away my duck roll. I don't care if I'm not playing on the duck team anymore. You better not take away my duck roll.
Cam, DM me. I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
I'm watching.
Well, that does in fact wrap up our awards show for this summer. So keep an eye on the Hall of Champions. Actually, that will be updated very quickly with the new champions, as well as our player awards. All the MVPs and All-Stars will be getting updated into there, so you can go and view at your leisure whenever you want to go. Say, hey, look at that. You see that name up there? Whose name's that? It's my name. It's mine. I put it up there. Well, I will put it up there, but you deserved it and you made it happen to get up there. So I think that's it from us, though. Thank you to everybody coming out here tonight for the award show, hanging out, and a little bit of banter there in chat. It is what it is. It's esports. It's banter. You got to have it. And the last thing on my list is, don't forget to register. We got another split coming up. Fall split is starting sooner than I thought, because I now realize what is on the agenda for this week in terms of Gurf's workload. Oops. But we got lots coming up. You can use command register in the chat, as I just did, and that'll take you on over to our site, where you can register for any of our pre-made leagues, League of Legends or Valorant, or if you're interested in joining in the draft leagues, that is also going to be available. For anybody that might be new, they work a little different. Pre-mades, you come in with your team, you got your subs. For draft, you have the captains set up, and we will actually be having a draft show where you will be drafted to a team live. Speaking of as well too, for our pre-mates, we don't forget about them. They get a show as well too. There's going to be a draw show for groups coming up as well too. So keep an eye out for those 2 broadcasts coming up. I would say late August, sometime September. As we will be getting ready to go sooner than you guys may anticipate. But thank you to everybody involved this split.
Thank you.
It was huge. It was massive. Couldn't have done it without you. Love you all. And until next time, we'll see you then. Bye, guys.
Again, I would be lay the crown, but count us higher than a mountain, and we be up here for the long run, strapping for a long one. We got everybody on one. Now you coming at the king, so you better not miss. And we only get stronger with everything I carry up on my back. You should paint it up with a target. Why would you dare me to do it again? Come get your spoiler, but we're taking over. We're taking over. Hey, look at you run it back, run it back. I got bodies lining up, think you're dreaming of greatness. Send you back home, let you wake up. Why would you dare me to do it again? Come and get your sport out the head. We're taking over. We're taking over. Hey, look at you calling my name. You ought to know by now that we're taking over. We're taking over. Hey, maybe you wonder what your future's gonna be, but I got it all locked up.在以后，除了剩下这还有其他吗？我左右，键盘琵琶在时间滴答着，还不够。你的固执让我来守候，哪怕太迟也不想以后。就在这时放肆的打斗。I got the heart of a lion, I know the harder you climb, the harder you fall. I'm at the top of the mountain, too many bodies to count. I've been through it all. I had to weather the storm to get to the level I'm on. That's how the legend was born. All of my enemies already dead and born. I'm ready for war. They know I'm ready for war. I told them we're taking over. We're taking over. Hey, look at you calling my name. You ought to know by now. We're taking over. Hey, maybe you wonder what your future's gonna be, but I got it all locked up.